Hey guys, so I don't know if we're gonna really find anything today. This is gonna be kind of a more low-key little section of herping because I don't have even my GoPro with me because it's not charged. This is, however, the first time I've herped with my snake hook in the last like week or so, maybe a little more. But yeah, all right. Well, I will check back in with you guys if we find anything. Guys, we've been out here for about the last hour now, and I haven't really seen anything at all. No snakes. I heard a few turtles plop, and I've seen a few big frogs. But we finally got the first in-hand herp of the day. This little eastern ribbon snake. Really cool guy. I might try to get a photo or two. I might just get a voucher shot, to be completely honest. I don't know if I want to try to waste daylight positioning this guy. But we'll see. Depends on how well he behaves. But yeah, I'll check back in with you guys in a little bit. This little man here has made it clear that he does not intend to behave in photos. Just quickly, I'd like to look at that little side there. I mean, very, very pretty. I do love this specific individual. But I'm wanting to get back in. He is just a ribbon snake. So we're gonna let him go. Alright guys, the next two herps of the day, looking like they might be our last. Down there we have, I think you can see its shell outline, a little bitty red-eared slider. And over here, buried in this mud somewhere, there is a snapping turtle. Now we're gonna see if we can, I mean, I don't really want to disturb his hiding place. There's a snapping turtle buried down there, but I'm not gonna disturb him. He's sitting in ambush. He's got a good hiding spot, so we'll leave him be. Alright, we're gonna hop off the stream now because I saw another Nerodia, but that was it. It's been rather unrewarding, and I think the things that are contributing to this are both the extreme heat that we've been experiencing recently, as well as the fact that this is probably one of my most traveled streams. I don't actually go here that often anymore, but within the first 2 years of my herping life, I went here sometimes almost every other day. So, and you'll still get numbers like 7 water snakes within a single stretch on this creek, but I don't go here that often. And as you can see, it's completely overgrown. So that contributes to both the lack of water snakes and visibility, allowing me to catch them. And it's also a little bit difficult to travel for very little reward. So we're gonna go ahead and hit the road, walk back home. But yeah, maybe we'll go out tonight. I don't know, it depends on how much work I have. It is exam week. All right, I'll see you guys later. Squeamish, look away. That is just discouraging. That is a beautiful king snake. That is something I was hoping to see today, but not dead on the side of the road. It's terrible. We're gonna move that out of the road. That's, wow. Luckily it looks like it was killed in one shot. Didn't squirm around much after it got hit. Probably hit it head on, head first, killed it relatively painlessly. That makes me sad. That makes me very sad. That just pretty much sums up how today is going for me. Ooh. Yes. My favorite. The mighty couch plant. Native to Louisiana. Well, I think I'm gonna end it here, folks. I'm on my way back home, and well, this is a great loss. Those of you who have ever heard me talk about how great my snake hook is, this is my first and only ever snake hook. But it's one of the greatest tools in my arsenal that I no longer have. So we're gonna see. Because now I'm snake hookless until I make or buy myself a new one. Alright, well, with that, I'm going to end it here. So, I'll see you guys in the next clip, whenever that is. Oh, yes. Guys, digging around in this stuff, we found our second herp of the day. If you're counting that little green anole earlier, this rather vibrant Gulf Coast toad. They don't usually look pretty enough for me to wish I had my camera. But he is still just a Gulf Coast toad, and we don't want to disturb him too much, so we'll just leave him there. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, yes. Very soon these will be delicious looking muscadine grapes. Actually never been in this little forest section at this hour of the day, and I have to say it's rather vibrant at this time. It's quite beautiful. I think I'm going to start coming here earlier in the morning more often. Not a hurt. Right here there's this really quite interesting looking group of insects. I have no idea what they are. I've seen these a few times before, that they move in these kind of packs. I suspect them to be some type of aphid, but I have no idea. So if anybody knows what these are, let me know down in the comments. But I think they're really cool. Oh, and here's a lot more of them right here. Alright, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, first observable herp of the day, and I'm gonna just leave it here because it's within voucher shots, is this cottonmouth. He's kind of buried in the mud, which is really interesting. I've never seen that before. I kind of want to make sure it's still alive. Okay, so this is a live cottonmouth. We're not going to touch it again because we kind of just want to leave this guy here. So what he's doing is he's buried partially in the mud as well, so he's waiting here in ambush. I bet you if we could find a frog and we could put it in a course in front of this guy's mouth, he'd eat it. So this is really cool. A lot of people think that cottonmouths, because they're like water-dwelling snakes and whatnot, won't be away from the water. They will be, and especially in a muddy area, you really gotta watch, because they will sit right on the edges of these little swampy areas in ambush like this, completely hidden, waiting for a frog or a lizard or even a smaller snake to come along, and then whenever it gets close enough to their head, they'll strike. They'll stay completely still until they have something that they can eat, and they'll strike, kill it, and then they'll eat it. So they have that venom, right? That is what they use to eat. They're not constrictors. They don't have all of the muscles to where they could eat something like that without it being dead and partially digested from the venom, which it helps with, which is a big reason why they don't want to use their venom on you, because that's kind of how they eat. If they use all their venom on a big ape that's going to kill it, whether they envenomate it or not, it's kind of pointless for them. So I'm getting bit up by mosquitoes. I'm just going to get a voucher shot of this guy and we're going to move on. But yeah, it's really cool. And yeah, this little cottonmouth just sitting in an ambush. Okay, so over here we just saw the next snake of the day. And it's really nice to be seeing snakes on this little section of creek because it's easier to get to for me. But I hadn't seen any here all last year. This year we've actually been seeing quite a few. So right over there, it looked, just in the way that it jumped into the water, like a water snake. However, I couldn't tell. I don't know for certain. I know where it is. It's buried in the mud over there, but it's not reacting to the stick. If I was using my hands, I could find its scales and grab it. But the issue is that I don't know whether that was a water snake or a cottonmouth, even as experienced as I am in this. And so I'm not just to go in there reaching in blind. Now, if I had a net, what I would probably do is I would scoop up a big bunch of that and I would dump it out over here somewhere and sift through it with a stick until I found the snake. Depending on what type of snake it was, I would either grab it or maybe try to assess the situation a bit. But yeah, so it's really important, if you do not know what a snake is, do not grab it. All right, we're gonna continue on. See you guys in a bit. I'm gonna grab this guy. So this right here, it's a little feisty as all Nerodia typically are. Broad-banded water snake. Wow, he's just tearing into me. I know, you're so fierce. Oh, so scary. Oh, are you a venomous cottonmouth? Oh, I know. Yep, so this is a baby broad-banded water snake. They are non-venomous. They do, based off of habits, tend to mimic cottonmouths. When they're stressed out, they'll flatten out their heads and bodies to kind of give that more triangular shape. You also see a lot of their pattern, like especially right here, you can see those kind of little triangle-y marks, at least on the broad-bandeds, look a lot like cottonmouth patterns. So these are a snake that get frequently confused and killed because they looked like cottonmouths. But they're non-venomous. They're much more defensive than cottonmouths are. It would be false to say that they're aggressive because snakes don't attack you, but generally when you pick them up, there's a range of defensiveness that they're going to be in, and cottonmouths are typically pretty chill, whereas water snakes are rather, they're rather angry little creatures. I mean, you guys saw that cottonmouth was just willing to sit there and let me poke him just to make sure he was still alive and whatnot. perfectly content. And this guy right here is, I mean, I guess I am holding him, but he is just not having it. He's biting me up. But yeah, so second in hand, or not in hand, but good look at a snake today. We've seen 4, at least I have. Y'all have only gotten to see 2. But yeah, second little snake, a little baby broad-banded water snake. I'll get a voucher shot and we'll keep moving on. I'll see you guys in a bit. Release him. He's doing something I see typically in water snakes a lot, and it's not as strong, but they'll hide their heads right below their tails. And then they'll also curl up their tails, and this happens when they've decided that biting and yelling and screaming and kicking and crying isn't working. But we're just gonna release this guy right here. Look at him go. Wow. And he is completely hidden under those little tiny leaves right there, which is why all of this stuff is important. You may think, what's a few leaves, right? But that can provide a perfect hiding spot for a little baby snake. All right, well, we're gonna keep moving on. See you guys in a bit. Right here. Don't know what it's called, but it's typically a good sign that you're gonna have, oh, right there, right as I was talking about it. Look at that big old cottonmouth just swimming through the water. He's just chilling there. I think that's a new individual because I haven't seen any this big in this spot before. Wow, that is cool. Did you guys catch that? I hope I caught that because that is like really cool. I mean, as I was saying, in an area with weeds like this, you're probably gonna have cottonmouths because they grow well. You've got a lot of underspace for hiding, and they are really good at hiding cottonmouths. So I'm willing to bet you that he was chilling right up here in ambush, and when he saw me coming, he decided to go and slither into a more optimal escape position. So as you can see, these guys aren't aggressive at all. Contrary to popular belief, I've even met some herpers who will claim that they're aggressive, but they're really not. I mean, you'll get a lot of defensive behaviors, but as far as actually biting and chasing and attacking you goes, these guys are extremely tame. And as you see, he wants absolutely nothing to do with me. He tried to get away without me even noticing. Look carefully. You can actually still kind of see him hiding out under there. He's curled up behind all those roots. Right there, you can just barely make out the outline of his face. But he's wary of my presence. As soon as I kind of squatted down, he flinched up. So he knows I'm here, not making any effort to chase me, and in fact, he is hiding from me underneath there because he wants nothing to do with me. He knows no matter if he lands a bite or not, that'll be a bad experience for him if I'm really trying to kill him. Especially because people don't take into account that this venom is rather slow acting and not extremely lethal. So in a scenario where a snake would be getting attacked, envenomating the attacker isn't going to help them survive at all. As well, I covered the majority of the area around here. We probably aren't going to be back for a little bit. And that's because of a couple of reasons. The main one being that I've herped this area a few times in the last couple of weeks, and if you herp an area too much, the snakes move out. And this area has been really great recently, so we don't want to change that. We want to preserve what's naturally occurring here, right? So I'm going to end this clip here. If this is the end of the video, like and subscribe, and I hope to see you real soon. I hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next one.